Check. We're streaming live.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Mic check. Mic check. Oh, to put it down here maybe on this. Oh. We're streaming live.
Yeah.
All right, what's up, y'all? We're back with another stream here at Virally Tech. We're gonna do a little flashback Friday little stream. Not really like a flash, just with the case here. Everything else is pretty modern. We got a 4090 here, and is it 4090 or what is this, a 4080? 4080. We're doing a 4080 Asus Tough 4080. Gigabyte Z790 here, DDR5, 14700K. So not really flashback, just the case here is a flashback, I guess. It's even a little bit dusty. This is the old O11 here, the Razer version of the old O11 here. Pretty nice case. I mean, this is like one of the most iconic cases. So it's just a Razer version here. It has like some extra RGB lighting on the bottom there and some green accents and the USB ports there, some stuff like that. And then there's like the Razer logo there. I'll show it off here in a second when I get to that part. But yeah, just a little flashback on the case at least. And we've been doing a lot of the new stuff lately, so just wanted to show off some of the stuff that started out popularizing this fish tank style dual chamber cases here. So yeah, without further ado, let's get started here. So we got this Gigabyte Z790. I'm just gonna toss. So this board here, it's the gaming series board. Pretty good board. Except compared to the Aorus boards, these are not as good. But still pretty good board here. If I were to go Gigabyte, I'd probably just go with their Aorus boards. But still really good board. Depending on what RAM you get, what RAM modules. It could be a really good board here. We toss in a 14700KF, and let's do the RAM here. We got a Corsair Dominator Platinum, 5600 megahertz, 32 gigabytes. So this is gonna be like I mean, you could overclock to the 5600. You could probably even overclock these to the 6000. Probably gonna have some stability issues, but you can still try nonetheless. But 5600, that's not bad. I mean, you can get away with that. 6000 seems to be the most stable right now. I mean, if you're watching any of the Computech stuff, you're gonna see all the crazy speeds now that the companies are coming out with. I think this is where we're gonna start seeing this next coming year. We're gonna start seeing the real true potential of DDR5. I mean, it's already double DDR4, right? We're at 6000. You could even find like 6400 megahertz module. But now with the coming year, you're gonna see the 7000, and it's crazy speeds that we can get to now with the DDR5 here. So we're gonna see that pretty soon. I didn't bring my M.2 driver here. Maybe I can find one. M.2 driver here somewhere. I have left one behind. Okay, let me go grab one. Do we have an M.2 driver?
Yeah.
I didn't grab. That's the only thing I didn't grab. All right, grab one real quick. See, I just needed my M.2 driver here for this SSD. But yeah, I was just saying that DDR5 RAM speeds are pretty crazy right now. We'll see, and then G.Skill is finally coming out with their Royal RAM for DDR5. So it's cool that we're finally seeing the more upper echelon version of DDR5. Yeah, so we got that SSD in there, the NVMe, just a little Team Group NVMe there. Nothing too special on that. Gigabyte with their new little quick latching tech there with the that bottom screw there, and then we see this here for the PCIe bracket or slot. They came up with this idea because Asus had a they had what was it, trademark on the quick release little button there on that they have on like this side of the Asus boards. But now you'll see with the newer boards, we'll probably get some in once they'll start coming out, rolling out, like the Z890s, right? We see all these other manufacturers coming out with their own version of the quick release instead of having to reach your finger back here. But this is pretty cool, that little raised up piece there that Gigabyte went with. Yeah, let's toss that to the side. Who knows if they're going to be called Z890s? They're probably going to be called Z890s. Let's be real here. But yeah, here's the old school 011 dynamic, right? This is so you're going to see a lot of cases coming out. I mean, we've already seen a lot of cases coming out, but more and more we're going to see a lot of cases coming out, kind of you know, copying this or copying the new versions of this, or right. So even at Computex right now, they still, everything you see is basically some type of version of this, even though every company kind of, it's so saturated now that you don't really attribute it to this case anymore, but I still do. But yeah, take those panels off really easy. You take that top panel off there with like the it has like some perforation there, and then you get the dust cover for 3 fans on top, no fans on the side here, just glass, fans on the bottom, fans on the spine. What's it called here? Really easy to take the panels off, but now you see they made it even easier with the Vision and the Evo, right? This, like, you take this top panel off that's kind of holding all the other panels down, then you slide them up, and they come off pretty easily. But now we've seen with like the Vision and stuff like that, it's like even easier. Oh, I have been missing chat here. You guys have an amazing day. Thank you, Red Line. Hope you have an amazing day too. My bad, I missed chat. You guys wrote those in pretty early there. And what's up, Nico? Nico, what's up? So do you said now backup with the prebuilt PC? You said no, a backup. What's a backup? A backup to your drive, or what? Andy? Death. Oh, we could work. You could call in Redline, and you'll speak to Jerry here, our tech support guy, and he can walk you through maybe some troubleshooting stuff to get that fixed. We don't have any like backups. We didn't have access to your. We didn't have any access to your files, right? We sent it out as a plain copy of Windows, and so if you're worried about your files, you're probably gonna have to reinstall stuff and download stuff, and you're probably gonna lose some files. We could send you like a USB with Windows on it for you to reinstall Windows if you want to do all that. But I don't know about having your files on a backup. That sucks though. We could probably troubleshoot with you to get in. Hopefully it's not to the point where you need to reinstall it yet. So don't lose hope. You could probably still get your files. Yeah. So classic drive bay back here, right? Power supply, drive bay, and then you get like this screw pack. They still give you the screw pack with the newer cases too. You get that screw pack for in the drive bay there, and then there's two like little SSD trays that come on the bottom here. They don't do that anymore, but got them taken off earlier, and so we don't need those. It was cool. You get a lot of SSD options here, even on this back bracket here. So there's a back bracket kind of hides the cable management. Now on the newer cases, it's just like a hinge that moves, but on the older ones, it's just this bracket that comes on and off, and you can put other drives here, or you could even put controllers for your RGB controllers and all that good stuff. Yeah, it's pop cases in here. So Lian Li case, might as well do some Lian Li fans, right? So we got the uni fans here, and we've been seeing a lot of newer versions of these fans too. So this is kind of flashback on these fans as well here. So awesome fans. They click together. I think Lian Li was the first to do this, right? And then everybody else followed suit with their own version, right? They couldn't do the same exact click-in thing, so Corsair went with the magnetic stuff, and we've seen other companies do. Well, Corsair did like the magnetic with like a connector, and then Asus ROG, they seem to be the ones that did like completely magnetic, so that was cool by them to do that. We've seen those fans on stream here before too. Yeah, classic Lee fans with the mirrors on them, and pretty good RGB on these. Impressive RGB lighting, like the colors, and a lot of options you get in the VMware software. So I'll get these mounted onto here. So I think we were supposed to do the collab stream this week. We'll do it next week, hopefully. And then we got the Q60 stream that we're going to do eventually too. So keep an eye out for those streams. Just wanted to mention that. I forgot to mention that in the beginning of the stream. Yeah, we got those fans on the spine here. Let's get some fans on the bottom. And then we'll get fans on the radiator. Pop that on top. Pop the motherboard in. We can probably just pop the motherboard in right now, actually. So let's do that part. So let's go over here with it. So we don't have to put the I/O shield because they're already connected to the motherboard here. Gotta love motherboards that are like that for sure. Saves a lot of headache. I hate doing those I/O shields get cut up, or sometimes they don't go in. You gotta kind of keep pushing it, jamming it in. There, it's so annoying. Anyways, let's see if this motherboard's screwed in here. So this is pretty cool blacked out build here. You get a lot of like RGB lighting on the bottom here, so you can have some underglow with a case like this. I mean, this case is not outdated in any sense of the word, right? So like, this case is still like legit, you know. Obviously they discontinued it, but I mean it's not outdated. If you're rocking one of these, you're chilling. You make it look sexy. Thank you. Thank you for that. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you can rock with this case for sure, man. Like, I have the Air Mini, so it's just a mini version of this case, but it has the two fans in the front, so I don't get the fishbowl, the aquarium look But nonetheless, I mean, still great case. They had a lot of similarities with this and the Air Mini, and I'm still rocking that. I think I'm gonna be rocking that for a little while longer too. I don't really plan on changing, and if I did, I always thought about like I just want to keep that case. I really love that case. So if I did change anything, I would just change all the components, but not really the case. Just tighten these here. But yeah, you get a lot of underglow on the bottom here because the Razer version, they added more RGB strips to the bottom, and then you get a all the Lian Lee fans and the Dominator sticks. One of these, how much does one of these run? Man, you could probably find these pretty cheap now because they discontinued them. So you're gonna have to get it like secondhand market, eBay or like a Facebook marketplace, something like that. But what was that? What was MSRP on one of these? Like for what, 150 or something?
150, yeah.
Yeah, something like that. So you could probably find them for much cheaper now. Yeah, I doubt that you can get them straight from Lian Lee, or you can try like your local like electronics store. If you have like a micro center around you, they might still have some of these laying around, maybe. So you can try that out too. I wouldn't doubt that they have them. But I don't know what those stores do with their inventory once something goes.
You think they're on sale then?
Yeah, they just toss them on sale or something. Yeah, try it out. If not, dude, I'll take a used one any day. Just make sure if you're gonna get this one, make sure that the controller in the back, so the RGB strips are like run on like this Razer, like proprietary Razer like controller thing that goes into the USB 2.0. Just make sure that that's like legit and all that good stuff, and then you shouldn't have much to worry about there. Yeah, captures. Oh, I got that here. What am I doing? All right. I know Micro Center like ships some things, but at least the one around me, but they don't ship a lot. Like they only ship some of what they have. Like everything else in their store, they don't ship. A lot of PC components they do not ship, which sucks. So they're like an hour and a half drive from me, so I have to drive down when I wanted to get my CPU. I had to drive down an hour and a half to pick up my CPU. I'm from Ohio, so it's just cornfields. Man, hey, that's the life, man. I wish I was in that situation, honestly. It seems like country people want to live in the city, and then city people want to live in the country. Not everybody, but I've noticed that a lot for a lot of. I've noticed that like those dynamics there, but I mean, you can try Newegg. Newegg will ship to you, right? Maybe you could find like a used one on Newegg. Oh, yeah, they sell used on Newegg, right?
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, you can find something on Newegg. Yeah. I mean, all these new cases, they're super expensive, right? Like the Vision and these Corsair cases, and honestly, it's like literally the same thing as this, right? They change the little things, they put their own little their own little iterations to it, and all these little things. But honestly, this one still holds up, dude. Like you get USB-C right here, two USB-As, audio jacks, power button, right? You get like USB-C. That's what like really differentiates what new cases and what old cases, right? The dual chamber, all this, new tech and stuff. But like, you see all the new cases with the USB-C, and this has all the new stuff to it. This was like the one that paved the road for all those other cases, and it still holds up. It's a great case. Yeah, I hate waiting too. You know, you want to pull up and just get it, take it home. Yeah. Since you bought from us, you're under warranty, so I probably wouldn't do anything just yet. Probably wait until you're out of warranty, and then if you wanted to switch all those components into a case like this, you probably could get away with it. Uh, we do offer like updates or upgrades or whatever, so if you ever want to do that too, you can always get like upgraded with us. Ooh, let me just plug in some of this front I/O actually. So I just put the USB-C header in there, and then USB 3.0. We got the power button here. Let's plug in the power button. If I can get to it. All right, I think I got it. All right. Sucks is around fix computers. Yeah. Hey, you could be the one. You could learn it. Be the one that does that. Yeah, out here like we're from LA, so it's right. You can what is it? A dime a dozen. Computer fixers are a dime a dozen out here, right? So yeah, you could find us really easily out here, which yeah, I mean saturates the market for somebody like in my line of work, I guess. But in a place like where you're at, man, you could be booming with business, man. You could be the one charge them to fix their computers. Even though we're a dime a dozen out here, I still get my family members like asking me like, uh,
The camera too much.
oh, front camera's off. We still got the top camera, guys. We'll put that front camera on right now. Yeah, I still got family members asking me like, oh, can you help me with this? Oh, I don't know what happened to my computer, this and that. So I don't charge them. Obviously, I should. But yeah, even a place like this where it's market's super saturated, we can still find people that need help that come to me at least. Um, we got all that front I/O plugged in. Let's toss the fans on top of the radiator here. Hey, can you give me the screws to put this on the radiator? And can you get me an Intel mounting? I always come unprepared to the stream, y'all. Sorry about that. Oh, cool thing that Lian Lee still does too. They give you like a little thank you for purchasing with us. Help you enjoy your journey of building your PC. It's cool that they do this. You scan the little thing for tech support. Now on the newer ones, they got the TikTok. Oh no, they got their Lian Lee TikTok. Have you ever followed Lian Lee on TikTok? Here, scan that. Have fun. You can probably see their latest stuff from Computex right now. They're probably posting that stuff up. For me, not having any social media, it's so hard for me to like find what's going on at Computex. I just have to like find it on YouTube or because I don't have TikTok and like all that stuff. So that's where they're usually posting now for like the daily updates. That's where they post. So I don't get to see it until it's like uploaded to YouTube, or I have to go to like the company's website. If you go on like Computex's website, like you get no like it's just like about the thing. You don't really get to see what the companies are offering. It's just about the event itself, and like I guess it's buying tickets or something like that. So for the back bracket in, I forgot to put that in, but on a case like this, you get a little cutout on the back to access the back of the motherboard. So that was really easy there. Let's mount these on top. The radiator. Yeah. So there. GP2 right. Cool. Hopefully you get your stuff in a timely manner here, Nico. Hopefully you enjoy your gaming PC from us, man. Do these work? Hopefully these work. Have you used these before on video? These screws?
Which one is the long one?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so.
No? Oh, we'll see if they work right now. No, I'll go grab some.
There's no one in the bucket?
No, it's they're like different ones.
Oh, the long one.
Yeah, but they're like for like matrix front panel. Okay, fan. Oh yeah, these are not gonna work.
Yeah, it won't. You want me to get you the new ones?
Uh-huh. Yeah, these ain't. They're not long enough. Yeah, these are for like the front panel of the matrix. You don't have like a pack. I might have a pack somewhere. Can you get a controller for the fans? Box screws, y'all. Let's change out the bracket on this thing though. Mounting solution here, so take those out. This is for A and B, but we'll put the Intel one on now. Good. Just use the same screws. Another thing about this case was that there was no back fan, right? So it was just a 3 on the bottom, 3 on top, 3 on the spine. And there was no back fan here. I mean, there are like a little cutout perforation here for some type of airflow, I guess, for the heat to escape from the VRMs there, the VRM heatsink here. Maybe I don't know really why this existed ever. Never really looked into it, but a lot of the time, like what people would do, we would just like put an LCD screen here. Kind of you could find a lot of them online that would fit perfectly there. And since you have these cutouts, you could kind of screw the screens into there. If not, you can like drill out some holes for that. And on the regular O11, like the non-Razer version, there was like the Durbauer sign right here, and yeah, it was awesome. Pretty cool. I mean, nowadays we don't get the chance to have the screen there. But there's other ways to get a screen, I guess. Just depends on the case you're using. I guess the Evo, you can forego having a fan there and just put a screen, I guess. Or I mean, if you really got crafty, you could put the fan behind the screen. But then I mean, that you'd lose like that fan would just be totally obstructed. So you could find other places to put the screen, I guess. And nowadays, well, even at the time when this was out, you got the LCD AIOs. You could do that, but people still want another screen, right? I mean, you could put one maybe like on the front here. There's a lot of different ways to get a screen in there. Sometimes you just gotta get a little crafty with it. Yeah, if you wanted to double check their Nico, you could contact the customer support. It looks like you probably already did. But if you just wanted another update, you could definitely call in or email, or you probably still have like a ticket open with us anyway. So. All right. Let's get that mounted in there. Put these screws. Oh, that might work. These screws might work. All right. Let's see. Right. And nowadays I do mount the pump facing the hoses facing like this way, like looping this way. But still remembered with these cases, we actually loop them to the back because it's not going to obstruct any fan. Now we loop them the other way, so it's going to obstruct the fan. So those could work actually. Okay, I think I'll use. Oh no. True. It's kind of hard doing this on camera. Usually it's facing me, so it's really easy to mount these, but on camera I'm like doing it the other way around. Ah. Okay. Okay. That works out. And we'll get the other screws on there. So actually we showcased this almost same exact build at a while ago. Like Asus invited us down to their headquarters. We showcased this build there, but we did have like an Asus motherboard in it, and the that Asus 3080, the ROG 3080, that was like super popular when those were the cards to have. We had the Lian fans in it, same case and stuff, so that was kind of a little flashback I have right there. All right, let's get the controller in here. Where is this coming from? Oh. We can get this through here. Now, at Computex, actually, the was talking about how they're going to be coming out with kind of it's still a proprietary controller, but just a one controller to rule them all for all their different type of devices. So a lot of people were complaining about how they had to get a new controller every time they bought, like, you know, some type of different fans or a different cooler or what have you from Lian, and now they're working on a controller that kind of you can use all the different type of devices on that one controller, which we've seen with Corsair doing that now too. So I think Corsair pioneered that in a way, right? They did it with the Q-Link, the IQ Link controllers there. They're really easy, almost seamless setup there that you get with Corsair. But I mean, I feel like Corsair has done it before with their other controllers, right? They had like pretty much all their devices use the same controllers. Now they're doing that again with the Q-Link, but the Q-Link ones are like nicer, let's be honest. Nicer, easier to use. Let's get this stuff plugged in. Just some controller plugins here. I should have done this for the fans. What was I thinking? This is actually one improvement we did get with the Vision and the Evo. You get a lot more space down here to plug in this stuff. Right now, like, it's very tight down here. Maybe I could have done this first before doing the bottom fans here, because it is very tight down here. But I think I still got it. I have to turn it my way a little bit. Okay, that took longer than it should have, right? And then we're gonna do a fan power header here. And then a USB 2.0. So we are going to use up the both 2.0s that are on the motherboard here. If you needed more for other devices, if you had some streamers, stuff like that, you could, because the streamers use a different controller too. You can use a splitter. Some devices will not work properly on a splitter, but for those that can, you can use a splitter here. I guess with the newer mainly stuff like they were talking at Computex, you'll be able to not use a splitter, right? Because you're gonna have one controller that rules them all, so you won't have to use two controllers, all that good stuff. That's why it's always good to not mix brands too much if you're building a PC, because then you're gonna end up with like so much different softwares and controllers. And man, there was one point where, you know, we had to do like, I think maybe 4 or 5 different softwares just for all the different devices and RGB that was included with these builds. So I'm just plugging in these proprietary cables that come from the fans back here. And then it runs off 2 SATA powers. So I think we'll just stuff that into one of the dry bays for now. And then let's mount this thing. Mount the pump on top of the CPU here.
hit it with a pea-sized dab of thermal paste. And we'll do a little wrap around here like this. So this always looked the cleanest, I thought, but nowadays having to put the hose on this side, it kind of ruined this. I thought it looked the best like this. Still good though. I mean, either way, just gotta finesse it a little bit. And that one, cool. Awesome. And just want to double check. Cool, that's orientated correctly. Peel that off. And we can just plug this in. Just like to straighten it out a little bit. We'll pop that into that power header there. And kind of just wrap it around. Move that one. Stuff it back there and plug it in to a 5-volt, 3-pin 5-volt RGB connector there too. So pretty easy stuff. Pretty cool case here.
Do we need? No, we don't have one. Do not have a 3-pin 5-volt power RGB connector. Do. Yeah. Sorry about that, y'all. Just can't get this connector, and my shoe went untied here. Tying up my shoe. That feels better. Okay, got my shoes tied. And Jerry you're getting me that connector right now, so. Cool. And I think we'll plug this on the top part here because we already used the bottom one. Unfortunately, I like it when it's on the bottom so you can just hide all that stuff below the graphics card. A lot of the connectors being on the top kind of, I don't know, it just doesn't make sense if you want to hide the all the cables and stuff. I mean, the only one good thing is those power connectors on the top, so that way you can hide or just really plug in that AIO pump really quickly. But everything else, I mean, kind of doesn't make sense. Where is the other? Am I the crazy one? I think this is it here. Is that it? Just come around this way. Yeah, that's it there. Cool. And then just wrap that around to the back of there. Yeah, I think we get this power supply in now. So we got an EVGA 1000-watt GT Supernova. It's not an ATX 3.0, but it's rated gold, 80 plus gold. Really awesome power supply. And we showcased the new EVGA 3.0 power supplies on a stream before, but this is like the old schooler one now, I guess. But still really good. You can just use a power adapter. It won't have the 12 pin. The high voltage 12 pin cable there with it, but you could just use a dongle, right? A power adapter, as you guys can kind of see there. That's already connected to the 4080, and I will showcase right now. Just gonna get this power supply in here, back this back side here. So I already had some of this cable managed prior to the stream. I'll flip it around and show y'all right now. So I had all the like case wires already kind of. This case was very easy to, extremely easy to, compared now to the Vision and the Evo. I mean, really easy to cable manage. I mean, it just all came around this top side, and they have this wall here with all the little zip tie spots just perfectly on that line there. So boom, 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 and then you know a lot of this stuff you could come from the top here and then come down through behind this bracket and I'll just line it up. I didn't do any of that this time, but I mean you can still like line it up there and even have this kind of like lined up all right here instead of going in there, or you can go on top of the power supply. So there was a lot of options there with this case. I mean, you still kind of get those options with the newer cases, but it just didn't when I build in those, it doesn't seem like the same, right? It doesn't seem as fresh and crispy as that when you do it with these. I don't know, something changed, I guess. But and even the power supply cable is kind of look fresh too when you finish it up. I'm not gonna do cable management this time. I'm just gonna plug everything in here. So let's do so. So Jerry's in here to switch to the top cam. He stepped out for a second. Hopefully you guys can still see what I'm doing here. So 2 SATA powers for the controller. And then so 2 SATA powers for the controller. So that's all taken care of now. And then we got 2 for CPU, and then 1 for motherboard. Boom. And boom. And then the rest of these I'll come back to for that graphics card. Right. Plug those in there. Good. Get it right in there. Just cut myself. Things are super sharp sometimes. And then just CPU power header here. So I always hate this spot in building any type of cases. I mean, actually, you get more space now with the newer cases compared to this case. But it's still always a tight spot. Especially when the case is facing away from you. Okay, got one in there.
And second one is coming right up. All right. And then we only got 3 of those. We need one more. Go grab one right now, but we're gonna go through here for the second little rubber grommet spot for the GPU. Grab that real quick. Right. These. Oh, we can take those PCIe brackets out the way. Brackets out the way first.
So although this is kind of a full size case and dual chamber and stuff, it was actually a little bit smaller than like the newer ones, right? The Evo and the Vision are so actually not a little bit. They're pretty pretty big compared to this one here. Oh, well, obviously they needed to. This was out before the this was out before the 4000 series cards, right? And they just barely fit. But again, I mean, you can still rock this case even with the newer stuff. I mean, it still holds up. I don't think this is going to be outdated now for a little while longer. So we'll go here with the power adapter. Right? Get that in there. Okay. These power adapters, when they first came out, were a nightmare. Get that in there. That in there. We need one more, so I'm gonna go grab that cable actually right now. I forgot to grab that one. Yeah, let me go do that. Oh, you could go to device manager. Yeah. All right, guys, my bad. Just need to plug this in here. And then route it to the front side. And there we are. So, I mean, just look, without even having done really much cable management, only the case wires and nothing else. The backside looks pretty good, actually. I mean, if you just kind of, you gotta orientate these upwards here, that, kind of stuff that like that. I mean, obviously, we use zip ties and stuff like that, but you know, and then you get this little backer that it comes with, right? Nowadays, it has that hinging door that just hinges and closes, but you get this and you just, that's how it was back then. I mean, obviously, you're gonna do the time, spend the time for cable managing, get everything zipped down. You don't want anything loose in there. But you just put this and it holds it down even more, right? I really like that concept there. And they have it on the Air Mini. But now they have that door. It's magnetic and it's still very strong though. Even though like the wires push against the magnets, it still stays. Like with this, you put screws on the top. So those are gonna like really stay, right? You're not gonna have to worry about everything of those ever moving. But uh, even the magnets on the new ones, you don't have to worry about those either. Those are pretty legit themselves. I mean, and even the front here, without doing much cable management, still really great, right? I mean, some of this tops work can be look better and stuff, but I mean, for a quick build on stream here, I mean, pretty great, pretty awesome. All right, a quick one today. I mean, with these fans, you know, I didn't have to do all that unboxing work with these fans. These fans come with like so much packing material. You know, they don't want to get them scratched up. They don't want them to damage in shipping and all that. So come with all these packaging material, but I already had it all set up before stream here. And so it's really quick. I mean, that's how fast it is. If you have even the time to take for those, do all the package material and clip them together, it wouldn't have taken long anyways. But yeah, pretty quick build here today on stream. I mean, this case I built so much in, so I was used to it. But it's really easy to build in this case. So yeah, if you were really looking to pick one up, Redline, and I mean after your warranty goes out, you can just build the build you have now into this case, right? If you wanted to pick it up, or we could do that for you if you didn't want to do that, right? You can send your build in, and we do that like upgrade option there. You would have to talk to the customer support and stuff, but um, yeah, there. I mean, awesome build, awesome case. Let's turn this thing on here. Where's that long power cable?
They're probably using it right here.
Wonder how it ended up over there. Get this plugged in, y'all. And there you go. You can already see right away those the underglow there, those case RGB strips from collaboration with Razer and Lian Lee there. As soon as I put in the, I already, I guess, had the switch on the power supply, but yeah, as soon as I plug it in, boom, they pop up. I mean, it's gonna be like that. You could probably turn that off in the settings, like in BIOS or in the Lian Lee software or the Razer software settings. Uh, but yeah, no biggie. I mean, motherboard doesn't have any RGB lighting that turns on. Sometimes you have a motherboard that has RGB lighting and that turns on. You can turn that off your BIOS as well. But yeah, without further ado, let's turn this on here. You can see the rest of the RGB there. It's all going to be like rainbowed out. So you don't have to have like mismatch RGB. And you could all match that up through all the um, software. Why is it not turning on? Interesting. Did I mess something up? Did I not put the power button in correct? Yeah, I did. Looks like it is. The RAM RGB turned on. There's the fans are not spinning. Huh. Let's see what's going on here, y'all. That's weird. Maybe let's give it another try here. So it is booting up because we see that RAM booting up there. Huh. How come the fans are not turning on? Weird, huh, Jerry?
Yeah.
The
Are you
RGB.
plugging the SATA cables?
Yeah. Yeah, I did. The RGB from the pump is not turning on either. Or is it slightly? Huh. So first on stream, guys. I wonder if the controller is busted.
It's a brand new one.
Yeah, it's a brand new one. Could be still busted.
You want me to get you that one?
No, because the pump is not turning on either.
You didn't connect the pump to the
I did.
controller? Oh, no, to the motherboard.
No. Oh, I could try to put it to the controller. Let's see. Just to see. No, it's still not letting go. That's weird. Huh. I wonder why. It's a little bit weird, no? Let's try.
What power supply did you put in? 1,000?
1000 watt, yeah. Cut this here. I'm gonna try to maybe leave it like so. Oh, that's a bust. You want to grab me another SATA
Cable?
cable? Maybe. I think it's on eco mode right now, or you know when like the fan doesn't spin.
Yeah, once you actually boot up.
Uh-huh.
Well, probably because it doesn't take the software.
Yeah, that was my biggest suspicion too. Hmm. Let's see if that one works. Reboot it here. So it's weird is the pump RGB doesn't turn on, and the Lian fans don't even spin up. That's bizarre. And there goes the RAM turns on.
Bad motherboard, maybe?
Hmm. Well, could try one more thing here. This would be a first for us on stream. Do we do a swap out here? Or what do we do here? We got to give them the light show. Nope. The RAM, there goes the RAM, but huh. If we had a monitor in, it would show that it's gonna boot up. I don't think the something's going on with how the fans or something are plugged in, or that's weird. I don't think it's the controller because not even the pump RGB. Maybe it's just the pump RGB broken and the controller is broken. The hands are broken. Something's broken. Oh, that was actually a dud. Oh no, this is the first on our stream, y'all. Let's see, the pump poses. Yeah, the pump's not even working. Huh. Not hot though. I don't know what it could be. This is stuff. Troubleshooting takes trial and error. You're just like kind of looking for what the issue is. It's the fun part of troubleshooting. Yeah, I don't know why this is not turning on here. Well, I guess there's a first time for everything here on the stream. um, we got to fail at least one time. I mean, this just goes to show about computer building, right? There's a lot of troubleshooting that goes into it. I don't know the exact issue, right? It could be some type of component in here is messed up. It seems to be two components that are messed up because the fans are not working. So that might be the controller for the fans. Because I doubt that 9 fans are not working, right? And then the pump is not working. At least the RGB for the pump is not working. So could be the and that's plugged in separately. So that's plugged in straight to the board, and then the fans are plugged in through the USB 2.0. So it could be two components dead here. I mean, we see the RGB on the case working. We see the RGB on the RAM working. If I were to plug this into a monitor, we would totally get a display. Well, at least I suspect we'd get a display, right? It seems to be booting up here when I pull the power button down. You see that RAM turn off there, so that means the system's shutting down. So at least we're getting some type of boot up, right? Maybe we won't get to a boot screen. We don't know that, right? I don't have it plugged into a monitor here, but yeah, it seems to be like two. There I go. Turn it on. There you go. The RAM turns back on. But yeah, it seems that there's two components that are a dud here, which is unfortunate. How are we looking for time here? Yeah, about an hour left. I mean, we could try. Maybe try switch off the controller. But that doesn't explain the.
I think it's the motherboard.
Yeah.
The motherboard is.
Yeah, man. I mean, I called it. These Gigabyte boards are great, man. I don't want to knock Gigabyte, but it seems to be maybe it's the motherboard because the USB 2.0 and the RGB header is not working. Yeah, so it might be the motherboard here. Nonetheless, sorry, no light show this time, guys. You get a little bit of a light show. We're gonna definitely be streaming next week. We do a collab stream, so we're gonna have another streamer in here with us in office, right? It's not gonna be like remote or whatever. So we're gonna have that streamer in here. We'll get his name up on our socials pretty soon, so you guys can see who's coming in to stream with us. And I'll promise that it won't be a dud like it is this time, right? This was the first time.